Hello, my name is Ku, and I'm from Seoul, Korea. Today, I'd like to talk about secrets of the Moai and the vanished people. In the heart of the South Pacific, on an island isolated by thousands of miles of ocean, stand some of the most mysterious monuments of humankind. They are called the Moai. But who built them? Why were they created? And how did the once thriving people of this island collapse into tragedy and near extinction? Today, we explore the rise and fall of Rapa Nui, the story of the Moai, and the warnings they leave for us today. On Easter Sunday in 1722, Dutch explorer Jacob Roggeveen came upon a remote volcanic island in the South Pacific. He named it Easter Island. But this island had already been home to a thriving community for centuries. The Polynesian settlers who arrived around the first millennium had created a complex society, and their descendants called the land Rapa Nui. Across the island, towering stone figures Moai stood watch over the villages. Their presence astonished the Europeans and sparked questions that remain to this day. The Moai were not mere statues. The Rapa Nui believed their chiefs and ancestors possessed mana, a spiritual energy that could protect the living. Moai embodied this power. Facing inland, they were guardians of the people, forever watching over their descendants. Each clan competed to build larger and more impressive statues. The bigger the Moai, the greater the prestige of the chief. Over generations, the statues grew taller, heavier, and more ambitious. Carved in quarries at Rano Raraku, some Moai had to be transported several kilometers to coastal platforms called ahu. According to legend, the statues walked to their places. Archaeologists suggest ropes and teams rocked them side to side, making them shuffle forward like living giants. But no single explanation has solved the mystery completely. The Moai project, a symbol of ambition, eventually became the island's undoing. Every statue required countless logs to transport. Palm trees were felled not only for rollers but also for ropes and canoes. The island's once lush forests began to vanish rapidly. With the forests gone, birds lost their nesting grounds. One of the island's major sources of protein disappeared. Soil erosion set in, making farming increasingly difficult. Crops like sweet potatoes and taro failed to sustain the growing population. When the last trees were cut, there was no wood left to build seaworthy canoes. The Rapa Nui could no longer fish in the open sea. They became trapped on their island with dwindling food supplies. What had once been a paradise was now sliding toward disaster. As scarcity deepened, conflict erupted. Rival clans began toppling each other's statues symbolically, destroying the power of enemy ancestors. The broken Moai we see today are the scars of these battles. With wood gone, the weapons turned to stone. They crafted sharp, club-like weapons called patu and fought brutal wars across the small island. As famine worsened, some clans turned to eating their captives. European explorers later recorded chilling stories of human bones found in cooking pits. This was not mere savagery, but a desperate attempt to survive. In a world where food was nearly gone, the island was consumed by fear, violence, and hunger. Yet the greatest catastrophe came not from within, but from beyond the horizon. From the 18th century, ships from Europe began stopping at the island. With them came new technologies, but also deadly diseases. Measles, smallpox, and tuberculosis spread rapidly through a population with no immunity. In the 1860s, Peruvian slave traders raided the island. Thousands of Rapa Nui were captured and taken to mines and plantations. Many died in captivity. Of those who returned, only a handful survived, and they brought back new epidemics. Chiefs, priests, and scholars were wiped out. The oral traditions that preserved history were silenced. Rapa Nui society, already weakened, fell into chaos. By the late 19th century, a population once numbering in the tens of thousands had dwindled to barely a few hundred survivors. What truly caused Rapa Nui's downfall? Some scholars argue the people destroyed their own environment through reckless deforestation, leading to famine and collapse, a warning about human short. Others believe Rapa Nui managed resources effectively and were resilient. But European contact brought the real destruction through disease and slavery. Modern DNA research has revealed genetic links to both Polynesia and South America. This suggests the islanders were not isolated, but part of vast seafaring networks, connecting two continents long before Europeans arrived. Today, Easter Island belongs to Chile and is home to around 7,000 people. The Moai are UNESCO World Heritage Treasures, attracting visitors from around the world. Modern Rapa Nui descendants are working to revive their culture, through dance, language, and festivals. Yet when tourists stand before the statues, the same questions arise. Why were they built? How were they moved? And what happened to the people who made them? The Moai are not just relics. They are reminders of human brilliance and of human fragility. For centuries, the Moai have stood silently, facing the villages. They once protected. They are more than stone. They are symbols of faith, power, and human ambition. But the story of Rapa Nui's collapse is not just a tale of the past. It is a mirror of our present. Environmental destruction, resource depletion, cultural loss. These are challenges we still face today. The Moai, motionless yet eternal. History is not only the past, it is the mirror of our future. If you enjoyed this journey, please like and subscribe. We'll continue exploring the world's great mysteries and forgotten histories. See you in the next video.